Alright, everybody, we're about to finish off this series. We got my favorite Japanese woman of all time, Io Sky. I love her to death. She's beautiful, she's hot, she's basically the whole nine yards. I have previously reviewed her on my obvious channel, which, if you haven't checked that out, please go check it out, which is Io Sky. So, okay, here's a picture of her, obviously, and her amazing, beautiful smile, obviously, which makes it the best. And let's see where she's from. It's pretty obvious if this camera can focus or not. Come on now, don't be slacking on me. Good old Tokyo, Japan. And her finisher is the moonsault. Look at her in the series. It's so beautiful, obviously. This is back from SummerSlam of 2022, when she was teaming up with good old Io's guy for the damage control of Bayley, until Bayley and her basically fought at WrestleMania, which was the best match in my opinion. And I hope she becomes world champion again, in my honest opinion. Well, even though she was women's undisputed champion, but the whole point is I hope they put the title back on her. We already reviewed not one, not two, not three, but about, let's see, one, two, three, four, five gentlemen and then one woman. So yeah, kind of the best. Can't complain about that. So enough talking. Let's open up this beautiful Japanese woman and let's just see what she's all about. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Here she is, the lovely Io Sky, or Io Shirai. She had changed her name plenty of times. She's been on a very successful run. I'll tell you that much. She had a very, very good 2024/2025, but for right now, she is teaming up with Rhea Ripley. So I don't know. I think the odds are in her favor. I can probably see her either becoming the Women's Intercontinental Champion or the WWE Women's United States Championship whenever they update the gosh darn title. Because it still sucks, in my opinion. It's red, white, and blue, not red, white, and gold. Remember that. So, anyways, here she is in all of her glory, and she comes with one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I don't know who she was tag teaming at the time. I think it was it was Io Sky and then Dakota Kai. I think it was Dakota Kai because the New Zealand chick, she can split her legs. I think she was like part of the damage control with Bayley. So, in my opinion, I thought it was a good faction. And then those two lovely ladies that went up against each other, which made WrestleMania very nice. I feel like Io Sky and Bayley absolutely stole the show at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I watched that pay-per-view, and that was like the only fun, happy experience pay-per-view that I had. Much better than WrestleMania 41, which, however, that brings it up to the good and the ugly, or the good, the bad, the ugly, basically. So Io Sky was the good because I know that was my phone. Ignore that. Um, I feel like she was the only one that carried and saved the show because we all know what happened. How I personally feel about the Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. You know how much I hate Tiffany, so don't get me started on it. That's all I gotta say about that. So her arms go 60 degrees. She has double jointed elbows so she can, flex her muscles, showing that she's beautiful and very strong. Look at that. That's just fantastic. Yeah, you don't want to be messing with old ES guy. She'll kick your butt for sure. So, honestly, I will say this. I'm a big fan of Japanese women. It's like I know there's gonna be people out there like, oh, so you just like only Japanese women, and nobody else. I mean, I do have a few favorite Asian women. I probably would put Japanese women at number one. Number two would be South Korea. Number three would be the Philippines of all places. I definitely like the Philippine ladies. I think they're fantastic in my opinion. I mean, look at Olivia Rodrigo for example. She's the best. Um, and then a little bit of Vietnam. Nothing can go wrong with Vietnam women. Fantastic. And then of course you have like your Thailand, your Chinese. They're solid, but I wouldn't say they're like my favorite. They're kind of like lower tier, if I'm being honest. So yeah, somewhere up there, they're fantastic. So I don't know. They just have like a certain thing about them. They have a certain lore. You know what I mean? It just makes them have, a girly but cute personality, or other words, kawaii is what it's called for cute in Japanese. That's the only thing I know. So, yeah, I'm definitely super jealous because one of my people at church, they were gonna go to Japan. I think it was my good friend Connor. Shout out to my good friend Connor if he ever watches this video or not. Just probably my Lego Ben and Jacob videos, whatever works. I'm alright with it. Um, and of course her beautiful, beautiful face. Yeah, they're just the solid beauty. Is just what I like about them. They just, they're pretty. They're innocent. They would never do anything wrong. If they did, they would absolutely apologize to the camera while acting cute about it. So I don't know. Definitely can't go wrong with this. I don't think you can't take this. I don't think you can take this little belt piece off because I think it just stays on there. I suppose you can still see her stomach, and then her little chest piece that I just did a minute ago. You can move up and down. She has no tattoos, which is all right. Women with or without tattoos is fine, as long as you don't have any like demon logos on your skin. You should be fine. Um, Of course, you can move the hands, moving them up and moving them down, and then spin them around. She does come with just two other interchangeable hands, which are these hands right here. You have the holding of the crystal ball, or grab my hand, or join my team, and then you have kind of like the resting hand or the claw type of hands, or the cat scratching hands going around. Try to be like possessive and whatever. That's kind of what the hands are kind of for. So you can just pop those hands off. Kind of glad she doesn't come with interchangeable fists. That probably would be a little bit annoying. But I mean, I don't really hate having fists on figures. It's just, yeah, you got to switch them up with either opening hands or something else. So here we go. There she goes. She's like, look at me. I am the genius of the sky. Or you can just make her doing that little pose where she like points at herself going, going crazy. So you can do this on the opposite hand if you wanted to, and then you just hold on. Where did the other hand go? There we go. Almost popped in the wrong hand there. There we go. See? Now she is the genius of the sky. I can actually do the thing right now and go ah because that's what she does. She just like points at herself, going crazy and stuff. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm definitely can't wait to get the updated one that's coming up in 2026, I suppose. Can't wait to get that EOS guy and put her in my collection. I still have the classic 79 EOS guy or EOS Shirai, which is this figure, by the way. I love this one. She comes with her little jacket. She's definitely a little bit different, I will say. This one's kind of like more of her serious face, and then you have her like happy go-getting cute face, obviously. So you can't go wrong with that, obviously. And she does come with interchangeable hands. I'm not willing to do that or pull that out right now. Just want to focus on this specific EOS guy, which is this one. And yeah, they're pretty much the same height. I mean, she's a shorty, so nothing can go wrong with good-looking shorty Japanese women. Tall, short, doesn't matter. As long as if they're not, like little people, or what's the thing called? I don't think it's offensive to say midget, right? I mean, small people, but most people call them small people. They don't call them midgets if they wanted to. I mean, it's not too disrespectful, but maybe if you say it in a parochial term, then yeah, of course. But we're not trying to be politically correct or anything. We're just here to keep things solid. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. Just relax. It's fine. Only for educational purposes, everybody knows. And then, of course, you come with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. They have been passed on and passed on to so many different people, like Alexa Bliss, for example, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bailey. Oh, yes, definitely Bailey for sure. So, of course, you can wrap this title wrapped around her waist if you wanted to, so she can represent either damage control or the next future of the tag team division with her, specifically Io Sky, with Rhea Ripley, the Australian goth mommy girl. Big mommy, obviously. Everybody loves Big Mommy, folks. Believe me, you gotta love those Gotta love those goths. They're mysterious but very, very attractive, obviously. So you can't hate that. You can't hate that, and you obviously cannot deny it. So here we go. It is wrapped on her waist just like that. Perfect. Perfect. Just a masterpiece right there. I'm definitely going to keep those guys on my shelf, and hopefully I'll use them for my stop motion to make her like leave the women's division. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, Io Sky is definitely one of my definitely favorite wrestlers in WWE right now, and I think hopefully they do her right. And please don't book her with any wrong woman so she get to lose to her specifically. I don't care who it is, but if it's like somewhere between like Liv Morgan or Tiffany Stratton, yeah, but I will crash out and say some strong language, but I'm not gonna say it on this camera. Obviously, it's not my right place and right time to do so. So just saying, just remember, don't be messing with one of my people, and whatever you do, please, for the love, for sake of the God Almighty that you don't want to mess with, try not to get arrested and try not to have any possessions of drugs. So, Io Sky is a beautiful woman. She will never do drugs. If she did, I would have to change my points on women in general because I'm very, very, very soft spoken and very focused on subject matter of why do women do drugs? Why do they make stupid decisions? Because they just want to look ugly. They just want to be ugly and they don't want to exist. And rightfully so, if they do that to themselves. And, it is what it is. But Io Sky, however, she would never do such a thing. If she did, I probably would be mad and probably would not be rooting for her anymore. But again, there's so many other Japanese women that I love besides her, and there's some that I can't. That there are a few other Japanese women I can definitely despise in WWE, and then that's definitely Asuka. I'm tired of Asuka. She wins too much. It's like, look, that's a great thing that a wrestler wins. That's great. That's not an issue. But the point is, you keep making them win the same titles over and over and over again because they were doing the Kabuki Warriors with her and Kyrie Saint, which Kyrie Saint was solid. I think she cute, she all right, but not as cute or super attractive as Io Sky here. So, in my opinion, that's where I stand. Um, yeah, that's kind of about it. I can go on and on and on, but I don't want this video to be too long. But all I gotta say is thank you all so much for watching. Your kindness and your support to this channel, for watching these videos, absolutely mean the world to me. I put a lot of effort in them, and sometimes I just kind of go all out and just do them, and sometimes I'll just save it and post them later. But this time I'm going to probably go ahead and just post it when I get a chance. By the recording of this video, I'm recording this on a Thursday, December the 4th of 2025, the future. So I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, all. Peace out.